Most disciplined systems tolerate weakness. This one exposes it immediately, and most men cannot bear to be exposed. Most disciplined systems are designed to accommodate weakness. They ease you in. They give you grace. They let you miss days and start over. They celebrate partial effort and call it progress. This Japanese rule does the opposite. It exposes weakness immediately, and weak men quit within 48 hours. Not because the rule is complicated. It is brutally simple. Not because it requires extreme physical capability. It is not. Because it removes every excuse, every negotiation, every buffer between intention and reality. And when those are gone, weakness has nowhere to hide. The rule is called Ippon. One strike, one chance, no repetition. And it is the fastest way to separate men who want to be disciplined from men who actually are. Today I'm going to show you exactly what it is, why it breaks most people, and then I'm going to show you a man who survived it and became unrecognizable. His name is Kaido, 34, sales manager, decent income, decent life, decent everything, and he has been trying to be disciplined for 6 years. Morning routine. He tries. Some days he succeeds. Some days he does not. It is fine. He can start again tomorrow. The system accommodates. Gym routine. He goes 3 times a week. Sometimes 4. Sometimes 2. Sometimes he takes a week off. It is fine. Progress is not linear. The system accommodates. Business goals. He sets them. He hits some. He misses most. It is fine. He adjusts the timeline. The system accommodates. 6 years of this. And Kaido is no different than he was on day one. Not worse. Not better. The same. Stuck in the comfortable zone where weakness is tolerated and called reasonable. Then he reads about a traditional martial arts dojo in Japan that operates on a principle called Ippon. One strike. One chance. Fail once, you are removed. Permanently. The description is clear. This is not for people who want to try. This is for people who are ready to be. Ippon. Commit to the discipline completely. One failure ends the commitment. Begin again from zero. No negotiation. No accommodation. Ippon is a principle from Japanese martial arts. It means 1 point. 1 strike. 1 decisive action. In competition, 1 perfect strike ends the match. Not 3 strikes. Not best of 5. 1. Adapted to discipline, Ippon means commit to the discipline completely. 1 failure ends the commitment period. You begin again from zero. Not failure with accommodation. Not failure with grace. Just failure. And reset. Here is how it works in practice. You commit to waking at 5 a.m. every day for 30 days. Day 1 through day 14, perfect. Day 15, you wake at 5:30. The commitment is broken. You reset to day 0. All 14 days mean nothing. You start over. You commit to no sugar for 60 days. Day 1 through day 42, perfect. Day 43, you eat dessert. The commitment is broken. You reset to day 0. All 42 days mean nothing. You start over. Ippon does not tolerate weakness. It does not accommodate excuses. It does not celebrate partial effort. You either execute completely or you reset completely. There is no middle. And this is why weak men quit immediately. Weak men quit Ippon within 48 hours for one reason. It removes the comfort of excuses. In normal discipline systems, failure is cushioned. You miss a day. It is fine. Life happens. You are human. The system absorbs it. You continue. This accommodation feels kind, but it is actually poison. Because every time weakness is accommodated, it gets stronger. Every time an excuse is accepted, the next excuse becomes easier. Ippon removes all accommodation. Fail once, reset completely. And this exposes something most men have been avoiding their entire lives. The truth about how weak they actually are. Kaido thought he was disciplined. 6 years of trying. Some success. Some failure. It felt like effort. But under Ippon, he would have reset to 0 hundreds of times. Because the standard does not accommodate weakness. And when you cannot hide weakness behind excuses anymore, you have 2 choices. Become stronger or quit. Most quit because becoming stronger is harder than they imagined. 5 a.m. wake. 30 days. No exceptions. Ippon does not care about your reasons. Only your execution. Kaido decides to test himself against Ippon. One commitment. 30 days. Complete or reset. Wake at 5 a.m. every single day. No alarm snooze. No 5:10. 5 a.m. exactly. 30 days straight. One failure equals reset to 0. Monday. Day 1. He wakes at 4:57. Lies there. Waiting. At 5 a.m. exactly, he gets up. The standard is met. Day 1 complete. Tuesday. Day 2. He wakes at 5:14. Reset. Back to 0. Not day 3. Day 0. All of yesterday means nothing. The commitment starts over. Most people would negotiate here. 5:14 is close enough. I tried. Life happens. Ippon does not negotiate. 5:14 is not 5 a.m. Reset. Kaido starts again. Wednesday becomes new day 1. Wednesday through Friday. Perfect. Saturday. Wakes at 5:07. Reset. Sunday. New day 1. Sunday through next Wednesday. Perfect. Thursday. Wakes at 4:56. Lies in bed. Gets up at 5:02. Reset. Week 3. Kaido has reset 9 times. 9 attempts. Longest streak, 5 days. Average failure point, day 3. He is exhausted, frustrated, humiliated, and this is exactly where weak men quit. But Kaido does not quit. Attempt 10. Day 1 through day 16. Perfect. Day 17. Kaido wakes at 4:58. His body wants to lie there until 5 exactly. But something has changed. The weakness that would have negotiated is gone, burned away by 9 resets. He gets up at 4:58 because the commitment is 5 a.m. or earlier, and he is not willing to reset again. Day 18. Wakes at 5 a.m. exactly. Up immediately. Day 23. Wakes at 4:47. Up immediately. Day 30. Wakes at 5 a.m. The commitment is complete. 30 consecutive days. 0 resets in the final streak. Total resets before success, 9. Kaido sits on day 31 and realizes something profound. The man who started attempt 1 and the man who completed attempt 10 are not the same person. The first man had weakness that accommodated itself with excuses. The second man has none. Not because the second man is perfect, but because Ippon burned the weakness away through uncompromising accountability. Ippon does not make you disciplined. It removes the weakness that prevents discipline. What remains is capability you always had, but could never access. After completing his first Ippon commitment, Kaido understands what the rule actually does. Ippon does not build discipline. It removes the weakness that prevents discipline. Every accommodation you make for weakness strengthens the weakness. Every excuse you accept makes the next excuse easier. Ippon removes all accommodation. And when accommodation is gone, weakness has nothing to feed on. It does not die peacefully. It fights hard. This is why the first attempts fail. But every reset burns away more weakness. Every restart strengthens the part of you that refuses to accept failure. And eventually, the weakness that used to dominate you becomes too weak to make you fail. You do not become a different person. You become the person you would have been if weakness had never been accommodated. Kaido was always capable of waking at 5 a.m. every day. The capability was always there. But as long as the system accommodated weakness, the weakness controlled him. Ippon removed the accommodation. The weakness died. The capability remained. Choose one discipline. 30 days. Perfect execution or reset to 0. No accommodation. No excuses. Only completion or restart. Most people should not attempt Ippon. It is too harsh. Too unforgiving. Too exposing. If you want discipline with accommodation, use a normal system. There is no shame in that. But if you are ready to burn away weakness through uncompromising accountability, Ippon is waiting. Choose one commitment, one discipline, 30 days, wait time, training, abstinence from something, whatever matters most. Execute perfectly for 30 consecutive days, or reset to 0. No negotiation, no grace, no accommodation. You will fail, probably multiple times. That is part of it. But every reset burns away more weakness. And eventually, the weakness dies and only capability remains. Weak men quit within 48 hours because they cannot bear the exposure. Are you weak? Or are you ready to burn the weakness away? Be complete. Be uncompromising. Be forged.